Hey, what's up? This is Ian. The last probably 3 weeks I've been working on a new roof. I put a new, so this used to be a translucent roof. Well, it's still fiberglass, like in between they're called roof bows, the supports there for the roof. That's fiberglass and light will come through it. So, but it was really wimpy. It was really wimpy and there's no like it'd be really cold and when it rains it sounds like you're in a tent basically. So I wanted to beef it up a little bit. So what I did is here, I'll show you a bit. So okay, so right underneath you can see how soft this is, fiberglass. I put more of these in. I put four more in. So the spaces were like big spaces, like this is that you see, and then I put new ones in between. I bought four more. I probably could have bought one from here, but I'm kind of planning in the future to build like a loft in this kind of area overhead. But I'm just kind of running out of time, and winter's coming. So directly above this is cork. This is like a 1/4 inch cork underlayment, and I've already got it kind of cut out for the floor too. I'm gonna use it on the floor, and then I wanted to put something on the roof. Like in the summer, these translucent roofs, man, it will heat up crazy, and you'll come in here and touch the steel, and it'll be super hot. So I wanted to, so I bought this big roll of aluminum. I'll show you. And then I cut it down to fit my roof. And so for the last 3 weeks, I've been working on this. And I used rivets to attach it. I mean, this whole van is like built with rivets. And yeah, I had a little bit of experience. So that's see the tan colored there on the other side of the wood right over there. That's the translucent roof, and light will go through that. And then this aluminum is like 0.04 aluminum. I bought it in a big roll, and I had to cut it down some. It was a little bit wider and longer. And I didn't do the whole roof, the whole length of the roof, because, like I said before, I'm kind of planning on maybe putting a roof, like raising the roof a little loft in here, in this area. So I didn't do it. So I'm going to show you about the rivets I used and stuff. And so I'm pretty stoked. My roof's going to be a little bit more rugged, and it's going to be a little bit more insulated. I'm not done with insulation. I'm also going to put wool in between the supports up there. But okay, so about rivets. So what I've been using on the sides up there are called solid rivets. These are solid rivets. They come in different lengths and different sizes, and there's lots of them. But for solid rivets are stronger, which is good because this is a solid piece of aluminum. And they've got aluminum and steel rivets, and you want to kind of try to match the rivet to the material. Otherwise, you're going to get corrosion. Like this floor, actually, this is aluminum diamond plate, but these rivets are steel. And it's a little bit, the aluminum around them is a little bit corroded. I did try drilling some of these rivets out, and I was going to take them all out and replace them with aluminum rivets. But, oh man, they're so hard to drill out. And there's like 100 of them. And yeah, I counted. It took me like 40 minutes to take like a few rivets out, to drill them out really hard. And so I replaced, these are aluminum rivets. But yeah, so solid rivets are good for strength. But you need two people. You need two people for them. Like one person has to strike the rivet, and like typically they use air hammers, but you can use a regular hammer. And someone has to be behind the rivet to so this is like the back of a rivet here, and so someone needs to be behind it with a piece of some sort of piece. This isn't this. I've been using some stuff that's over there, but like for example, like they gotta like, so you gotta have something to pound the rivet into, and what happens is it will expand. Well, when it's good, but I've been kind of learning like sometimes you don't get the rivet size right, or you don't hit it directly straight, they can bend if they're too long or something. So I've been learning a lot about rivets. So they're good, solid rivets are the strongest ones. Then there's like these kind of rivets, which is like commonly referred to as a blind rivet or a pop rivet. You can do them by yourself. You don't need another person. And you use like, there's some different tools you can use. Like this is a rivet gun. You know, it's just you gotta like pump it. You put the rivet in the hole like that, and there's not actually a hole through the other side. And you pump it and it'll come out. This kind of, these ones are better. They're a lot easier. But I got this one because sometimes some angles I couldn't get this one in. So I made a few things with rivets. I made this door out of rivets, and it's all from shelves. Like there used to be shelves over here on the sides. Like this is an old postal van, kind of like a UPS style truck. And so these are pop rivets you use with, like I use this tool to build them. I also built this cart out of rivets. Like you can kind of see, that's the front and that's the back of the rivet. But yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty stoked about it. You can use a sealant too. Like that's what I've been doing. Like if I showed you on the roof and they look kind of all messy around the rivet, that's because like I would dip the rivet in a little bit of sealant, and this stuff, Sikaflex 227, and yeah, that's to like give it like, if there's any imperfections in the hole, like you want to get the hole as perfect as possible, but sometimes they're not perfect, especially when you drill them out. Like I had to drill all those holes out up there yeah, I don't know, sometimes the holes were a little bit too big. So you can see those holes there. Those are the last solid rivets I'm going to do. And right now I'm working on, I don't know if you can see the light coming through those holes up there, but there's a few more. Those ones are pop rivets. I chose like the regular pop rivets for that line because I'm planning on taking those out eventually and do the roof raise kind of thing, which is might start from where they see the electrical cords hanging down. That's like for a light, and it might start from there and go up. We'll see though. Sometimes I get a little concerned of how I don't want to like lose strength or structure in the van. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's what I've been working on, this roof, and I'm pretty stoked. It's going to be a little bit warmer, and it's a little more rugged because it's got that aluminum up there now. This stuff just seems so flimsy, and I don't know, didn't give me a peace of mind, so I want to do something about it. But anyways, these are some tools that I use. Screws. Oh, so the other thing with a rivet too, you got to drill a hole before you can put the rivet in. And then of course that's like, they take way more time. Like a screw is like definitely faster, but a rivet's I think stronger than a screw because you got, it's hooked by both sides. Like a nail or a screw is just kind of penetrates and grabs onto the material, but this is back. Like so let's look at the other side. This is like the other side of those rivets I was just pointing at. So these are solid rivets. Stronger, I would try to use those if you can, but sometimes they're totally not convenient at all and you need another person. You can use pop rivets. I almost forgot one thing. So these kind of rivets are not very waterproof. Like you can see, there's a hole in it, and then if I took a hammer and pounded like on the end here, it would push this through. So what happens is like, yeah, that breaks off. When you put the rivet in, it breaks off. So if you're doing a waterproof application and you can't use a solid rivet, you can use one of these. This one is a sealed rivet. See, there's no... So when it pops, and that's what I'm using up there, just kind of like second best thing. But anyways, that's my little take on rivets and stuff. So hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.